The Education Department of the World Federation's primary role is providing excellence in education, supporting the educational needs of children from kindergarten all the way through to university, and to make sure that we are offering support to the community schools. We've got about 11 community schools worldwide. So our main role is to ensure that educational needs of the community are addressed firsthand.
The schools that I've visited have included the Jaffrey School in Nairobi and the Jaffrey School in Mombasa. And when I was in Mombasa, I was also able to go and visit all the Bihal mission schools going north from Mombasa to see what kind of work that they were doing. And then I visited Tanzania, Dar es Salaam and Kibaya complex. Went over to Zanzibar, to Stone Town and to schools on the main part of Zanzibar, and went up to Arusha. So those were all the various schools that I visited in East Africa. I also went across to Kampala in Uganda and visited 2 or 3 schools actually situated in Kampala. That linked up with some of the work I was already doing with VSO in Uganda. And then I had the opportunity to go to India and went to Banagar, the Al-Mahdi school there, and visited a number of schools in Gujarat, in Mahura, Mehta, Talaja and Canada, and then went to Patna and visited schools around the Bihar area, and then came south to visit schools in Karnataka, in Alipur and various other schools in that area. So I've had experience of visiting a lot of schools. And what I've done when I've been visiting those schools is looked at what was actually happening in classrooms and talked with teachers and with the senior staff in the school. And we have done some in-service work whilst I've been there with the various teachers. So we've looked at the kind of things that they can do. We've also looked at the role of the principal in each of these schools and the leadership qualities that need to be developed, and the work of the trustees, because quite often the trustees in the various schools have not fully understood what their role is in being a critical friend to the school itself. And each time we've been there to each of these schools, we've looked at what they have wanted to do. It's not for me to tell the trustees or the school principal how they should run their school. But having looked at their school and then have discussions with them, we've looked at how we can perhaps help them to improve the practice. I think we can progress this work by continued monitoring of the work of each school, but I don't necessarily think that it needs external people to go there. I think that the schools are beginning to learn the skills of self-evaluation. So to me, it makes a great deal more sense, as an ex-head teacher of a school myself, for the head teacher and the staff of the school to sit down and critically look at the work they're doing and then decide where they want to go in the future, what they need, and then I think it's for the World Federation perhaps to think about how they can support the schools in achieving this vision.